Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Divorced Woman's Guide podcast. How are you guys doing today? Don't forget to hit subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode, and pop on over to my free Facebook group called The Divorce Rehab and join my incredible community of women. I am really looking forward to today's episode because it has to do with a question that I get all the time from clients, from prospects, from women who are on my email list. And even when I'm out speaking, I get this question all the time. And that has to do with how is it that you go about rebuilding your life after divorce? How did you figure out where to start? What end did you know was up? And let me first and foremost just say that where I'm at today is nowhere near close to where I used to be. When I first discovered that my 20 plus year relationship with my husband was over, I was in a place of complete and utter disbelief. I was in a codependent marriage, part of which was also financial codependence. And here I was on the floor, having to pick myself up and figure out what the heck I was going to do, that this was not part of my original plan. And to be honest, this is a lot of what I talk about in my upcoming book, Divorce Sucks, Now What? And what I talk about really is my story, my honest and authentic story around how it was that I literally went from having the rug pulled out from underneath my life, swimming in the deep end without a life preserver, surrounded by sharks and no help to be seen, to creating this amazing life for myself, finding love, building a six-figure business from nothing, and living a life that was by my design instead of feeling stuck, or honestly, instead of feeling still dependent upon the results of my divorce. I just went full guns blazing. And I will tell you that it was not easy to get there. And if anybody tells you that it is, they're wrong. And if they tell you that they can cure you in a matter of weeks, that's total bullshit. What I know that it takes is, number one, you getting out of your own way. Okay. I was so guilty of being stubborn and thinking, I'm going to figure this out because I felt like I had something to prove, right? I had the rug of my life pulled out from underneath. Well, now I was going to prove everyone wrong. I was going to prove to my ex-husband how he lost the best thing that was ever happening to him, that was ever going to happen to him again. And I just went on a mission, and I started using what I'm sure all of you do, Google. How to this, what to do when. And I got a shit ton of information. I'm sure you guys have done the same thing too. And I just kept saying, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. And what ended up not happening was me figuring it out, because when you tend to do things by yourself, when you are completely blind, have never been in a situation before, what do, right? I had 2 kids when I had my first son. Sure, I read every book out there, but holy moly, when you give birth and you walk in your house with that little bambino, days old, and you walk in the house and go, holy shit, all the stuff that you read and learned just goes out the window. And you're suddenly in a place of, now what do I do? And it's that hands-on experience that is what is going to lend you guys to figuring out how to do this. And the hands-on experience gets to come with support. Support is something that you need. This is not a time to prove anything. Okay. This isn't a time to be like, I did it by myself and I'm amazing. It's time for community. It is time for you to be a part of something that is intended for you to go out there and create a life that you desire. And what I know to be true is that there are 5 ways that you can go about doing that. And what a lot of other folks talk about is they'll talk about it from a lens that sometimes can have some negativity in it. And I was recently in a frequency experience summit where we talked a lot about what frequency you put out is what you get back. And the frequency I like to put out is one that is positive. And that positive spin, those 5 steps have to do with this. Number 1, it's about dreaming and believing that your dreams can come true. So what is the vision of the life that you want? That was a huge eye opener for me, because once I actually started thinking about what I wanted instead of what I knew I didn't want, and I started making decisions from that mindset, holy crap, my life started to change. Step number 2 has to do with making a declaration. Okay, declaring based on that vision, what is it that you are going to create for yourself? What do you want your life to look like? Get specific. And in order to get there, you've got to silence all those negative voices and stand in a place of power when you make that declaration. Number 3 is about discovery. Okay, discover what it is that is your superpower, that makes you tick, that creates that self-confidence and that self-esteem within you that is still there. I promise you, it is still there. It is just overshadowed by a hell of a lot of smoke and ego. And we get to uncover exactly what that is. And that rediscovery process changes everything. Step number 4 is having the drive. Okay, it's 5 Ds. It's my 5D approach. Number 4 is about drive and determination. Okay, the drive and determination to push through the fear, to allow yourself to step into an area that may feel really uncomfortable, but knowing what's on the other side is what keeps you in that momentum. And number 5 is about divinity, trusting that the universe knows what's best for you. The universe doesn't hand us what it knows that we can't handle. And trust me, I wish to God, well, at the time, I wish that I was given this lesson differently. And I have to tell you now, standing on the other side, it is the only way I was going to learn the lessons that I needed to learn in order to stand on my own 2 feet, to be financially independent, and to create the life and the relationship that I deserved, that I wanted, and that I pray to God every day saying, thank you. Thank you so much for showing me, for guiding me. And you guys get to create that within yourselves as well. I talk a lot about this in my book, like I said, but the way I'm describing it now is really, it's my 5D approach, right? We live in a world where we talk a lot about 2D and 3D. Well, for me, it's about living in the 5D. I call it a holistic wellness, holistic healing approach. And that is where I am coming from. That is the support that I get to give. And honestly, that is how I was able to rebuild my life after divorce. It was to look outside the box. It was to look and see that there were multiple areas that I needed support in. It was about getting the right tools and strategies to really be able to heal my mind, my body, my spirit, all of it. And that's not something that we can easily do by ourselves. And so what I want to inspire you guys to do is to, number 1, put yourselves first and to allow yourself the opportunity to dream and to know that whatever your dream is, it's possible, because I'm literally sitting here on the other side. Okay, with 2 amazing kids. I have an amazing relationship. I went from having a parallel parenting to a totally close friendship, co-parenting relationship with my ex-husband, who many of you know cheated on me. I also have found the love of my life. We have co-parented. My ex has co-parented with his wife. I am co-parenting with my husband. We are cohabitating. We have created this beautiful family where his kids and my kids are super tight, super close. All of this is possible. If you had asked me 6 years ago if I thought this was possible, I would have said, you are kidding yourself. It's never going to happen for me. So if that somebody is you, okay, if you are me 6.5 years ago, I dare you. Okay, I dare you to dream and to see in me what is possible for you too. All you have to do is ask for help. So if you're somebody who is like, I don't even know where to start, Wendy, well, guess what? I have opened up my calendar. I have got free time for all of you guys to schedule a free complimentary call with me. Go to contactwendy.com and let's get on the phone and let's see what is in your way. What is that obstacle? Let's get it out of there and get you thinking in your vision and get you healing on your path to designing and living the life you want after divorce. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. You know, I love hearing from you, so please feel free to reach out and comment. Also, any of you out there who can give me a review, that always helps in my rankings and helps me to get myself out there in my episodes so that I can help more people in this world. Because what my goal is in this life is to change the conversation around divorce from shame to empowerment. And my episodes are intended to give you guys nuggets of information that help you wherever it is that you are. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Sending you so much love, light, and joy as always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.